morning. Go ahead and have a seat. And members of the jury, I'm only going to make you have a seat for a few minutes. I'm looking at the time, and I'm going to go ahead and make the decision to conclude today and send you home for today. So we'll keep the order the same. As I've previously advised you, we'll talk schedule first, then the instructions. Let's have everyone back again in the morning at 8:30 so we can get that prompt start and stay on schedule. Once again, I'm going to ask you to give yourself plenty of time as you come downtown. You're certainly very well aware now that can be a bit of a challenge, so give yourself plenty of time so we can get that timely start. Also, please get to bed early, get plenty of rest, because again, it's absolutely imperative that you be completely alert and attentive throughout these important proceedings. You know, with this recess, I'm going to remind you, we're in the course of trial, not to discuss the case among yourselves, not to discuss it with anyone else, not to allow anyone to discuss it with you or in your presence. Once again, if anyone attempts to say anything to you or in your presence about the case, that's when you tell them you're on the jury trying the case. Tell them to stop. If that person persists, you leave them at once. The very next opportunity, as soon as possible, you tell a bailiff who in turn will advise me. I'll remind you this case must be tried upon the evidence presented in this courtroom in your presence, in the presence of the attorneys, the defendant, and the judge. You're not to conduct any investigation on your own. You're not to visit any of the places that may have been described in the evidence. You're not to read nor listen to any reports about this case from any source whatsoever. Not to speak at all with the attorneys, the witnesses, or the defendant about any subject until your deliberations are finished, and not to do any sort of research, gather information, or communicate about this case or the people or places involved through any means, including all those electronic devices out there. With the schedule set and those instructions presented, we'll see you in the morning.
All right.
Exit the courtroom, the door is closed. Anything from the state or defense before we adjourn for the day?
No, sir.
Let's make sure we have our witnesses here and ready to start promptly at 8:30, because I'm sure the jury's been very good about being here on time. The moment we're advised that they're ready to go, we want to come in and get started tomorrow. See you then.